Hello, hello, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Here I come, making my entrance with Mr. Toughman. Um, so welcome back. If you're watching this video, there is a part one where I talk about this zipper pattern that Toughman and I are about to work through. I rode my other horse, Lacey, through that pattern, and now I'm going to work Mr. Toughman through it. So if you didn't see part one, go back to part one. My video is part two. Um, explanation, words are hard, y'all. Explanation of what the zipper does for Toughman here, before I get up here and get going, is that Tough is a lot of motor. And sometimes Tough will run through the front side of his turn. Not that he doesn't rate, because he will basically slide into a turn. Because when he is on, he feels like one of those little bitty round um, bendy flexy like spaghetti noodle type of horses that come into their turn just so loose and soft. And we have transitioned up into a tie down. I used to run him in a tie down. He got several years off, at no fault of his own, and then back to the working life. And I started him off not in the tie down. I wanted to see how he was working, and then we're back to the tie down. He balances on it. It's loose. It's very out, but it's a balance thing going into the turn. Sometimes he just slides so hard, and it helps him balance and then push back off. So some people believe in the tie down, some people don't. Listen, you got your own. You can have your own thoughts and feelings and opinions on it. Always just say don't yuck someone else's yum, right? So if it works for them, we leave it alone. We tell them we're happy for them. So if you're not a tie down lover, it's perfectly fine. If you are, hello. I don't ride my mare in a tie down. I don't think every horse needs it. I think it's just important to read your horse. So moving on, here's what it does for him. So we will trot through this pattern the first couple times, or when we trot through it, we're going to break down to a walk right before we get to our first axis. I talked about the axis point video before. So this way, this helps him sit down and continue to use that butt and not kind of push through the beginning of that turn and be nice and flexible as we come in and not stiff on me. So he's actually a very, very bendy, flexy horse for his size. He's about 16'2". He's a big fella, and he's like a little spaghetti noodle for his size. So anyways, if you don't know what I was doing right then, the walking the circles and stuff, I was actually tightening the saddle. So I put it a little snug at the trailer so it doesn't slide. And then when I go to get on them, I actually go through and tighten it. Good boy, it's a good deep breath. I'll actually tighten it 2 to 3 more times before I actually get on and walking in circles between that. A trainer that I worked with a long, long time ago taught me that, and I've just stuck with it. So anyways, whoa. Oh, he's a big old fella. The commitment. Whoa, not getting any younger, y'all. That climb is always hard. All right, so we start off with loose reins here on Mr. Tough. And as I said on Miss Lacey, I always feel out what horse I have that day. So I walk them around their area. I let them see and look and adapt to what's around them and what's going on, and give them a moment to relax. We don't ever rush into it. We don't rush right into the pattern. We don't rush right into circles. I let a look or two in the area and get a feel for things, because their pasture is actually on the other side of our property. So they don't ever get to see this side unless I bring them over here to ride. So I let them look around for a minute. So we'll do that. Yes, good boy. That's a sound you always want to hear. Beautiful sound. Beautiful sound. Some adjustments I've made in the last couple of weeks is that I changed out their curb straps from chains. Lacey had the leather and the chain combo. I know you guys have seen that before. It's got the leather buckles and then the short chain piece in between. And Tough here had the all chain. So I've actually swapped over to buzz, however you say it. They're balls. They're little rubber round balls, and they're on a cable. And they roll, and instead of kind of crimp up like the chain does. And I actually got 2 magnetic ones on each of their curb straps. So so far, I'm in love. I like the feel that it has. I had to put Lacey's a rides. So Tough Man here seems adjusted. So we're going to start at a walk. And with him, I'm going to go left, right, left, right, left, right. So with Lacey, if you watched the video before, I started on the right. And then I don't think I videoed the left, but I started on the right and then I went to the left. But on Tough Man here, we're going to go right, left, right, left. So we make 2 circles around each barrel. And as you guys can see, he walks very fast. I have a friend who rides a gaited horse, and she loves riding with him because he walks fast enough to keep up with the gaited horse. So it's pretty fabulous. So we're just working on kind of getting the kinks out, letting him walk this out and feel his turns. So we go right turn, and then he moves over very softly for his left. He's very, very soft with your legs. If you use your legs, he listens to them. He is very much a pleaser and wants to please and loves the barrel pattern, loves to work for you, waits for his cues, just like he's just on a mission to just be right where you want. And I very much have to keep my eyes where I want to go on him, because if I look away, he feels that just the slightest turn of my body, and he's following where my eyes are going. So I cannot look away or we will both be lost. So if you have a horse that's it's really fun to ride in such a different way than a lazy horse that you don't really have to keep your eyes up on. But on him, if I look at my barrel, we run it over. If I look at my pocket, it's beautiful. So if you ever see me on my videos and I hit a barrel on Tough Man, it would be because I looked at it instead of looking at my pocket. But we're human, and I work on my skills every day. I don't believe that anyone can be a perfect rider. But I do believe that we can all work towards progress, not perfection. So anyways, here, I'm just riding him forward up into these turns, keeping him nice and soft and flexible, and keeping my inside leg in him just the slightest bit. And then here I let off the inside leg and I put in the outside leg, which moves him over immediately, as you can see. Too much leg will put him into a trot, so I have to be sensitive on that. And again, we go right up into our cone here. We find our pocket. We get our nose. Oop, too much, step out. So Tough is so sensitive that sometimes he steps out away from that nose a little bit. So he just, if you pick that nose up, sometimes that shoulder just steps out away from it. So I try to be really soft coming into my turn to get that nose, because most of the time I'm lining straight up in my pocket. I'm not one that likes him to move way over when I get there. And he's a big dude, but he does not need a lot of space. All right, so that would finish the pattern, but we're going to go through it again, zigzagging. And when we get back to our white barrel over there, which I hope you guys can see, I tried to zoom it out. My Pivio will be here tomorrow, so that will be helpful. But when I get back to my white barrel over there, I'm going to pick it up to a trot. So, and what I'll do is I'll actually trot to them and then walk around them for just a few until he feels like he's with me, and then we'll trot all the way through. Something I don't necessarily believe in, which is like doing the same thing on the horse every single time you ride them, as far as like where you cue them up or where you slow them down. So like if I'm in the barrel pattern and he's feeling really nice around the first barrel where I asked him to slow down to a walk to have that natural rate to turn it, I may keep him at a trot all the way through to the second. It's really just personal preference. There we go. I'm going to go the blue barrel and then I'm going to go the white barrel. But I say it's personal preference. In other words, like you have to, like, it's up to how your horse feels. How you feel is working. Yes, sir. That's a good boy. I love hearing them blow out and watching the lick and chew happen while I'm working on something. They're processing it. They're relaxed. His head is kind of low. His ears are just bobbing around. It's a beautiful thing to have a nice relaxed horse. So it's something you have to work on, though. Something you definitely have to work on. Again, when I leave the barrel, I let loose of my inside foot and I apply some outside foot to move him over for the pocket for our next turn. That's important to note here, is that I'm moving him with my legs, not a lot of rein, because he's a free runner. You don't have to push him to run. You send him towards the barrel and he's going to run. So I don't like to be in his mouth a lot. I like to use more leg cue, but that also means I've got to be sitting up and riding. Because if Brittany's up here taking a nap, Tough Man's just going to do what he thinks is best, which is kind of funny to think about. Okay, so we have walked all the way through it, and then we've zigzagged back through it. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pick myself up a circle. Good Lord, that was loud. I live right on the highway, you guys. Definitely breaks a horse be not getting. So I'm going to pick up a circle here away from the pattern at a trot in the direction that I'm going to turn the first one, which is going to be to the right. So I'm going to pick us up a nice trotting circle here and we'll see how it feels. Very good and soft, very collected. Very nice. So I'm going to pick my eyes up and look towards the pocket for this first barrel that we're going to trot through. I'm going to see how he feels. He's actually feeling really soft, so I think I'm going to keep him going through at a trot. Now, if he bumps his nose out or tries to pull the reins out of my hand or tries to kind of push through this trot, then I'll break him down to a walk. Again, feel your horse out. Also, you guys, post with your outside foot. All right, so let loose the inside foot, apply some outside, move him over, find our pocket, sit up straight. Good. Inside foot just a little. Around, keeping him out and big just a little. And again, we're doubling these. I never realized that I do it until I saw somebody post. They were post with your outside foot, and I thought that was hilarious because I went, oh my God, we all should post with our outside foot. Here we go. We got a little pushy there, but we are coming up the hill. Again, the camera doesn't really show that. I said that on Lacey's video. The camera doesn't really show that like this cone is going up the side of a hill. But it's good. It's good for them. It's good that they don't work on just flat ground. Eyes are up, hands are up, inside leg. There we go. Moved over. Very nice. Easy. Easy, big guy. Good. Nice and soft. Again, not a lot of hand, more leg and more body weight. Right? Because when you have a sensitive horse that's all motor, you don't want to have to fight with them in the round. Very good. So we're going to go back through this pattern again. So eyes up, looking through the pocket, riding forward, shoulders are straight, coming into the turn, nice and soft, inside leg, keeping him collected right here because this is downhill and uphill. There we go. Good boy. We're going to do this one more time. We got a little flat there. May have been my fault. I let my leg out a little too early. There we go. Eyes up. Moving over. Beautiful. Oops, I wasn't supposed to go to this cone. We'll go to the blue barrel here in just a second. Funny thing about this pattern is you can work it however you want to, and they get so used to listening to you that they don't know which one you're going to go to next. So, you know, what's that song? Keep them guessing. So now we're going to go to the blue barrel and move him over pocket. Looking for that pocket straight up in here. Keeping my shoulders square for his shoulders to be square, riding him forward. Good. Inside leg, inside hand, just the tiniest bit. Very nice. Eyes up to the white barrel. Moving over. He said, which one, Mom? Which one? There we go. Good boy. He was expecting the cone. Very good. We're a little big, a little fast on this one. Let's bring it down. There we go. Let's bring it down. Good boy. Collect back to my hands. Collect back to my leg. Good boy. All right. Easy. Good boy. He waits on me. He will anticipate a little bit. So kind of changing that pattern up on the oopsie was good because it made him not be able to anticipate where he was going next. And it made him sit up and have to listen to me. So yes, good boy. Good boy. And you saw there at the end, he was kind of getting, he was over it. He was like, okay, I've done this enough. He has worked this particular pattern a bajillion times. This zip. Now I'm just going to trot him to left, and then we'll try going to the right because we just did zigzag. So that was the zigzag. I showed you guys right on Lacey, I think it was. So let's do left. Let's do all left. So I'm actually going to go down here, down the center, and I'm going to start with the cone. Easy, big guy. On the outside, on this end down here, so we can come up the center and work the left. So I'm going to go down and out, and you guys aren't going to be able to see me. I'm going to be on the outside of the frame, which is going to change tomorrow when my Pivio gets here. We're going to go back here, and we're going to trot us a circle to the right, or to the left, and then we'll pick up, and we'll go all left turns. So it takes a little bit more concentration because your horse wants to move around a little bit. They don't really know exactly where you want to send them. So He has to stay with me. He's going to think we're loping a circle right now. And he does. You guys can't see me. I'm outside frame. But I'm going to be coming in on the outside of this orange cone on this end down here. We're going to be making nothing but left-hand turns. So we're going to hold left around all 4 of these obstacles. Good boy. Good boy. That's 1 circle. I work 2 circles because I just think it's nice to kind of work the horse out in 2 circles. Now I've got to bring my eyes up and my hands up, and I've got to direct him. Yes, good boy. Easy. Bring him into this turn with that pocket. Very nice. Good boy, Tough. Moving forward. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. That's 1 circle. Again, posting on my outside stirrup. My inside foot is on his side. Now eyes up to the white barrel where I want my pocket. Riding him forward. Sitting back down and supporting my shoulders and collecting my horse underneath me, which means bringing my reins down and in just a little bit. Good boy. Very nice, Tough man. 1 circle. Sometimes I have to do that. When I work out, I have to count my reps out loud. Otherwise, I'll go 30 reps when I'm meant to do 20. Just kidding. I'll do 10 when I'm meant to do 20. Like I've ever done extra reps. Eyes up to the cone, up into the pocket, riding him forward, and sitting down and collecting my horse. Very good, Tough man. This looks like a very simple pattern. When you start cantering it, it gets even more complicated because you can have flying lead changes. You can work it all one way. And it's just really good. We're going to end it back here. Whoa. Very nice. Very good boy. Very good boy. All right. Well, we're going to back. As you can see, his back is much softer than Lacey's. Good boy. Good boy. All right. We'll do a little step off this leg. Good boy. And a little step off this leg, left leg. Good boy. He's chomping on the bit a little bit, so he's kind of, he's like, Mom, we've done this a billion times. It's so good for him, though. So good for him to work something other than the pattern. And I also take him out and about in the field, and we go bebop around. That's really, really good for a nothing but motor horse, is to just go bebop. Yes, sir. Just to go bebop around in the field. Like, you would be surprised how many people forget that horses need to be rode in the open, out and about, and other than just an arena, and other than in tilled up dirt. And they just need to go, and they need to be out. If all you do is ride them in the arena, then I call that just an arena broke horse. And I've had those. I've gotten my hands on a few of those, and I go to take that horse on a stroll. What's happening at that point in its life. So my horse is right next to it, in the middle of a bean field. And we work something different almost every single day. So I'm going to get into more about like how I condition my horses and what I ride them and do to keep me from being bored, to keep them from being bored, to grow our relationship together, to keep them in shape. Right now, they're not in the best shape. Just coming off of a few weeks off. And so they're both a little bit round, and let's call it non-muscular. So anyways, I'm going to be working up and into that. So right hand with Lacey, and showed you guys how we walk through it and how we trot through it. And then I just showed you how to work the zigzag and how to work the left hand with Tough Man. And again, if you actually want to learn to teach your horse to rate, there's going to be a part 3 to this. So Tough Man and I are going to trot to, or we're going to lope to and trot around here in just a few minutes. But I'm going to make that in a separate video because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with too much at one time. Because when you start this pattern, start it at a walk, right? Don't just start it running through it at a canter. Show your horse how to do this. So walk it, add it into your routine tomorrow, the next day, whenever you see this video and you're going to ride next. Set you up 4 or 8 or how many ever cones or barrels or whatever you have, and work through it. Feel it. feel it out at a walk. Feel out what you may need to work on at a walk, because there may be things that you need to work on at a walk, and then bump it up to a trot. See how it feels. And you may want to trot to it and then walk around it. Teach your horse that natural rate. Then when that trot feels super good, like these guys feel today, then you bring it up to a canter. Okay, so don't rush yourself through this. So again, there's gonna be a part 3 to this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know if there's a video that you guys would like to see in the future on a problem or just something you want to learn, and I'll be glad to share it. So end of this video, and I'll see you guys on part 3. Okay, bye.